Why don't we teach financial education in schools? My discussions will be changing the mindset and culture to get financial education to be taught in schools as part of the curriculum. I will start with why financial education is not taught in schools. But as I think about this, I realize maybe the focus should be on another question. Why is your country's debt increasing? Debt is considered a word with little significance. Think about it. It's not an opinion. And yes, I know it's in the dictionary. But if it had any significance, we would do something about it. Unless we're robots without the AI chip, professing what Albert Einstein said, which is insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. All the countries, not just us, all of the countries are increasing their debt. Believing debt is insignificant. We continue this practice, and it's not good for us. This results in a belief that financial education is a made-up word. Financial education is not math. It involves numbers. In another video, you will see how finances have absolutely nothing to do with math you're taught in school for more than 12 years. Imagine 12 years of school, just like I told you in the last video. You go to school for 12 years and that math is not used on a daily basis as we're led to believe, as we're taught to think. It is only to get us into life. You may have a job that does some math, fourth grade math. Yet, you're taking 12 years. There's something wrong with this. I'm smiling. I am smiling. I am aggravated, but I'm smiling because I'm thinking of Clemence, the daughter of Riley of France, and many of you. Why? Because you think finance is math-based. But all you do with the math is balance your checkbook. Peter Lynch, years ago, he said, all the math you need in the stock market is fourth grade math. Actually, there's a lot of truth in that. I can tell you now. I am thinking about percent, and maybe percent is not fourth grade math, but I will actually show you where it is fourth grade math. And so that's all you need. Add, multiply, subtract, and divide. You probably don't even need much division. So it's really just addition, subtraction, and some multiplication. Robert Kiyosaki, he is a strong proponent of financial education being taught in schools. So I searched to see if I could find some of his words. I found a surprise, proving I am not the only one with my thoughts. Robert Kiyosaki said, if you want to be rich and maintain your wealth, it's important to be financially literate in words as well as numbers. Not in math, numbers. education and conversation are more often discussed from the point of differences, which is closed-minded. Thinking this way is singular in concept or based on comparisons. And this is the thief of joy. Comparisons is a thief of joy. We may be created equal, but we're not all identical. Yes, sometimes there are differences that need to be looked at, but not as often as we've been trained. What is the difference between Christianity and Islam? Both groups have a similar response, but difficulty in hearing it. Christians say Jesus died for us. Islam does not believe this. Who is right? Who is wrong? Let's look at Christianity and Islam for their similarities. Jesus was a prophet in both religions. His conception was like no other. Moreover, we both believe in one God and believe in leading a life of good faith and deeds. I could go on and on. People say there's an income gap without understanding the meaning, or their intent is on pushing an agenda, which is common in government and media. Before commenting on this topic, what is financial independence to you? And how is it always discussed? Robert Kiyosaki said, "We were not taught financial literacy in school. It takes a lot of work and time to change your thinking and to become financially literate." He says the same thing that I am saying. So, my plan is to open your eyes and mind by changing your thinking. For this introduction, I will briefly discuss income gap and our shortcomings in understanding the topic. Income is discussed as a woman earning less money, a fraction of the salary of a man. This is so close-minded and represented incorrectly that it's no wonder we insanely expect change while repeating the same position day in and day out. Sports is a great analogy of income gap. It also exists in business. In American football, we have the quarterback. He's paid the most. Why? In European football or soccer, the lead scorer or the best player has the highest salary. Why? What do all the other players in these sports have in common? Which can also include basketball, baseball, and hockey, to name a few. They all pass the ball to other players. This means one player alone, without the help of anyone else or their support, cannot win a game. In business, the employees do most of the work. They get paid a salary. The managers, they also get a salary. They don't just work off of bonuses. They get a salary, just like the employees, the CEOs. So why should they get all of the bonus? This is the income gap. They should distribute their bonuses to the others. They get a higher salary because they're taking care of, say, the business, managing or leading, but they also have a salary. There's an income gap right there. But yet they get the bonus also. That's an income gap. If you think about it, if you really think about it, and you focus on a woman alone getting a fraction of it, what happens if she's married to a man? Isn't the man taking a decrease in housely income? So it affects a man as well, not just the women. We are taught in school that 8% is always 8%. Is this correct? I'll use another video and show you that it's not. But it also helps you to realize why math in schools and financial math are not the same. I said I'd focus on similarities. It's like history and science. They're not the same. So in this case, you're not comparing apples to apples. Financial math and school math are totally different. Why don't we teach financial educations in schools? Because the superintendent and the principal never had it in school. They don't know how to teach financial education. How can you expect someone that's never had it to be able to teach it? You have to learn it. And has the principal or the superintendents done it long enough? I think another problem with this is the fact that they get a retirement package where a lot of other people, a lot of other businesses and companies don't give the retirement package that the teachers get, that the superintendents and the principals get. Plus, they get a cost of living adjustment, so they get their 13th type paycheck. That in itself is huge. And knowing these things here, why should you teach something when you're set? It goes back to the CEOs getting a bonus. There's the similarities. You can say there's an income gap. It's not income in terms of now, but income in terms of retirement. Similarities. If you decide to embark on this journey, then you'll develop some critical thinking, which means I will not be feeding you for a day, but you will be learning how to comprehend what all these advisors are telling us or the gurus are presenting. You will start growing your wealth for a lifetime, enabling you to enjoy happiness and charitable contributions along the way.